Today I'm going to run through my week 3 pick'ems for VCT, but before we do that, let's take a look at the best and worst round of last week. Let's start with the good, shall we? And a nice little heartwarming ace here from Zek.
They mixed up the setup and now he's taking his operator over to A, peering over towards Belt.
Not on top of Gen though, so Kesnet does respect the L drone to not. Okay, well, as I say that, does head there.
The respect.
Had an idea and then I threw it out. All right, narrate. Okay, does see his opposite number there, and Inverso is pinged. So now we're at the front of the side again. Sen knocking on the door. Shot for Kesnet goes a little wild. He has to get away from this now and allow for a plant. So again, crew are looking for one of those signature floods. This time, the Shock Dart won't claim narrate's life.
Another half as they try to flood in. Zekin is too sharp.
Oh, buddy. That is filthy. 3 for Zekin now at null command in play. Give him the rest. Just Kesnet left now and Zekin will box it away. There is your eye-by-power ace, folks.
Now for the worst round of the week, you probably have a decent idea what game it's coming from. And it was genuinely tough to choose between the different rounds, but ultimately I settled on this one.
Certainly doesn't look or feel too good when Forsaken's not able to find too much, but here comes the operator, able to find the first. Tries to go in for the next as well, but Tabai is here and able to assist. Ooh, not quite the gate crash, but still, Karen, Shroud steps over. Divine finds him. Quick to react and quick and aware. Just Munchkin left. Tries to deliver the spike all the way over onto A, but PaperX happy to play with numbers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a 1 versus 4, there's no pit available for Munchkin either, but you get the orb, you get the plant, that's an extra 2. That'll let you go 2 away towards the pit. You've got a minute to play with as well. These are the sort of scenarios that can really showcase value in an individual if you're able to find a kill or 2 before getting a plant, for example, but for PaperX, they are just not giving it to him. Now they know it's planted at A. The question is, Munchkin, how many kills do you get?
Because if he gets enough, that could be a pit, and that could be
a strong next round.
Yeah, next round as well. Namely that. Might give Gen G the 9 and 3. Salvos at least, just in case, but ultimately PaperX has the site currently. Munchkin, though, happy to play off the first. PaperX now in for triple, but what is that spray? Oh, he's getting the transfer, he's getting the left one as well! The Red Bull clutch!
Yeah, not great there from PaperX, but you all knew it was going to be PaperX anyway, so now let's dive into the pick'ems. We'll start here with EMEA, which kicks off pretty soon. Team Liquid versus BBL. Great game to start off with, very close, could go either way. I think on Plat Chat, I did pick Team Liquid, and I'm going to stick with Team Liquid. I know obviously that Team Liquid lost last week and BBL won. I did get 5 out of 6 correct in the EMEA first week. Team Liquid was the one team I got wrong. But essentially, I still think that these teams are probably in a similar tier group, and you shouldn't let one result kind of, dissuade you. Whilst though it's, a 50-50 in my mind that BBL could win, I think that people are probably mostly going to pick BBL because they won a game and Team Liquid lost a game, but that's not how it often works out. And you will get, a pick that most people don't expect, and generally it's because the teams are in a similar tier group, which I would say Team Liquid and BBL are. Apex versus Navi is a tough one, and I think, again, on Pledge, I picked Apex, but I really did start to doubt that the more that I thought about it, and I think I have had a change of heart. I am very down on Navi, but I'm just not sure that Apex are going to have the map pool to do this. I'm really just not quite sure. Whilst their Ascent was very good, Navi are going to ban Ascent, and so I don't know about Apex and overall and what exactly they're going to bring. I do think that this could be close, though, overall. Foot versus Gentle Mates, obviously both teams won, both teams feeling good, but I think that Foot, particularly their Pearl performance, was so good that I have to give it to Foot. And Zeus looked amazing on map 2, so yeah, I have to go for Foot, even though they almost did lose map 2. Team Heretics versus Giants as well. I wish the first map actually Giants showed something, I thought, in their game versus Vitality, but the second map was so bad, and that was their map pick. And Team Heretics, whilst I'm still not convinced that they're fully back, we saw some signs that they might be back, and so I'm going to go Heretics. I'm going to stick with Vitality versus Fnatic, just because I'm essentially just going to go with the G2 strategy in Americas. I'm just always going to pick them, and I might be wrong like once, but I'll take that, right? And maybe this is the week, honestly, that I'm wrong about Vitality, but I'm just going to keep picking them. And then Koi versus KC. see, I do think there is a chance here. I really do think there is a chance that Koi win this. And as I was saying on Platcha, like, I do think that a lot of people just kind of pick Karmine Core because they want Karmine Core to be good. I am still going to pick Karmine Core. But if they lose this game, that's going to be very sad. Okay, quickly on to China. Last week, China did not go so well for me. Wolves letting me down big time there. FPX versus DRG. Will Vukashu just carry them to a win over FPX, who lost to Nova? This one could go either way. It depends how Vukashu's back is feeling, I suppose. You know what? I'm going to go DRG. I'm going to go DRG. I have to pick Wolves, even though Billy are actually quite good and could quite easily beat Wolves. AG versus JDG. I'm going to go for JDG, I think. Although this is the battle of this is the glue sniffer game. So it's a tough one. But I'll go JDG. I'll go EDG over Tech. I'll go Nova over Thai Glue. And I will keep doubting Gilai. Will I keep doubting Sideshow's Gilai Gaming? They did beat Wolves. That's quite an achievement. But I'll still go Trace. Okay, Americas. America's game's not that great overall this week, I don't think. I'm going to go Sen over EG because Sen is just way better than EG. Loud versus 100 Thieves. Now, this is my upset pick. I'm going to go Loud. I know that Loud just lost to 2G. Okay, I'm well aware that Loud just lost to 2G, but it follows the same logic, I suppose, as all upsets, right? We know that Loud can play better than they did against 2G. We saw it during kickoff that Loud actually looked pretty good. So they have shown that, right? And if you were to put Loud at the start of this whole thing in like a tier list with 100 Thieves, you'd probably end up with a similar sort of range for both Loud and 100 Thieves, right? It's where you'd probably put them coming in to stage 1. So that's why I'm going for this upset pick. That again, if you go by that logic of really they are in the same tiers, we just got kind of the worst Loud version in this game, then Loud can win, and I'm believing in that. Crew will beat 2G despite 2G winning a game because Crew looked very good. Again, we're sticking with the always pick G2. Don't doubt it. Just pick G2 over NRG. Lev versus Furia. I mean, I picked Lev, but am I going to actually pick Lev? I think that Lev got trounced so hard. I mean, they might just fully implode, though. Lev could fully implode. I'm going to say that they don't, but I really feel bad about that pick. And then MIBR Cloud9, the game of the week in Americas for sure. Could be a very, very good game. Love what we saw from Cloud9, but also really like some of the things that we saw from MIBR. Our team needs to maybe calm down a bit on some of the things that he does. But I am going to go MIBR because I think that they looked very good despite losing to G2. And then finally, we have Pacific. Now, last week, Pacific also went terribly for me. Holy. Did not go well at all there. Genji versus DFM is our first game. And is there a world that DFM win this? Because again, you could say, like, if you wanted to go for another upset here, you could say, like, hey, during kickoff, we saw a decent version of DFM, but that hasn't really been there these first 2 weeks. In Pacific, have they even won a map yet? I don't think they have. So I'm going to go Genji, who maybe showed a bit more life against PaperX, but I'm not convinced that they're fully back either. RRQ versus Zeta. RRQ, I mean, just when you think they're going to be good, they lose. When you think they're going to lose, they win. It's just RRQ. So and Zeta did win. They did win a game, but I don't trust them to beat a team that isn't Team Secret. PaperX versus Boom. Now, I don't know who people think the favorite for this game is, but I'm pretty sure it's Boom, and I'm picking Boom. I just think they're the better team, and I think that against Global, they looked amazing. They looked genuinely amazing against Global, I thought. And I don't know how they're so good, but they are. So I'm picking Boom. Talon versus Nongshim. Interesting game because Nongshim have just come off a pretty disappointing loss where they actually looked okay. They really should have at least won a map. They probably could have won this series against T1, to be honest. They just have some halves of Valorant that are awful. They did beat RRQ the first week, but they could be okay. I mean, if they just get off this Waylay pick, they actually might be all right. And Talon are coming off an absolute travesty against RRQ in this game. A desperately poor game from Talon. That said, again, I see these two teams in a similar sort of pick rate, and I think most people, based off what Talon did last week, are going to reaction Randy pick Nongshim. I'm going to pick Talon. And again, I don't know if that is an upset, but I'm going to go Talon. DRX versus Global. Look, as much as Elevated, I'd love to pick your team here. I think that DRX are just too good, to be honest, so I'm going to go DRX there. And then T1 versus Team Secret is obviously an easy T1. Okay, so those are my week 3 picks. Hopefully I can do better than I did last week. Yeah, if you want to join the groups, I'll leave the codes in the description, and have a nice day.